That's
Yeah. So weird.
Action because everything looks so well choreographed and there's not even a lick of fear on their faces. They don't look concerned.
And then Darth Maul shows up.
and that establishes him as a threatening character.
Do you not remember the scene, like when they're all separated by the laser doors? You know, I think Obi-Wan looks pretty anxious right there.
Yeah.
And you know when Qui-Gon's kind of getting outpaced by Darth Maul, I think Obi-Wan looks a little bit nervous there too. And he looks super angry after he actually kills Qui-Gon. To say that there's no emotion at all, that there's no fear is disingenuous.
So the overall plot of this movie is that the Trade Federation want to invade, and Palpatine wants Queen Amidala to sign a peace treaty, somehow making all of this work out for him in a way, and he wants her to move for a vote of no confidence on Chancellor Valorum so that he can then replace him in power and do his evil stuff in the background. And yes, there's a large portion of this movie dedicated to this. In the original trilogy, the Emperor's plan was to turn father against son. Use Vader to
like Mahler said last EFAP, I'm mad that Stuckmann is. You know what's wrong with the original the PT? It's not like My Neighbor Totoro.
It's not simple. Star Wars should be simple.
You know, like the more I look at them, Cosmonaut and Chris are really similar.
Same picture.
At least Cosmonaut has better editing.
Okay.
He actually has really solid editing and good mic quality.
Huh?
He has really solid editing and he has good mic quality.
Yeah.
Except for that time, what he said make, and he edited it in post. Like, why didn't he do a second take?
Luke to join the dark side. This is an emotional, internal battle, and the Emperor did all of that behind the scenes in such clever ways. In this film, his evil scheme is he really wants Queen Amidala to sign a paper. Now, eventually, part of this movie.
Okay, that was pretty funny.
Yeah, that was kind of funny. Like, I can see why Anomaly likes Chris more than Plinkett.
Yeah.
Yes, he has some level of
the way of testimonial from the teacher, from the Chris teacher.
I really hope that Mahler does all of the other Star Wars movies first in his critiques before he does the prequels, because honestly, I want to sit through 30 videos of him getting stuff wrong.
What are you talking about?
So Mahler's doing a critique series, and he said at the introduction of The Force Awakens that he's planning to eventually do all of the Star Wars movies. I really hope he saves the prequels for last, because I don't want to sit him through 30 minutes of him saying, "Oh, this isn't explained in the movie."
Do you mean he's gonna die before that happens?
Holy shit! If he's gonna pull a Plinkett,
I mean,
British
I really don't want him to.
Honestly,
No, I think Anomaly Inc. might team up with him in order to.
To be fair, he did say that his critiques weren't inherently negative for the bad film, so maybe he'll be like, "Oh yeah, these films are actually good."
I am very optimistic for Mahler's review, because what I think is going to happen is that he's going to really analyze this like he did The Last Jedi and stuff, and he's going to be like, actually really damn good. Because I am expecting that from Mahler. Like, I'll say this: if he criticizes them poorly, that he might as well kill his career. for me.
Yeah, and Rumble
Or,
will probably make a Revenge of
thinks
the
that-
Prequels on him.
Because like
That's
there's
gonna be a long one.
like here's the thing. Like to anyone who watches, I can't imagine anyone who hates the prequels is watching this. But say you are, like, there's no way in hell that Mahler isn't going to find all the like good things about them. Like it. Even if
he calls them neat picks.
well, no, I mean like he's going to find, you know, like for instance, he's going to ask questions about the characters and what they do, and then he's going to find the answers. He will find the answers, the things that
No,
we
like
said.
Lincoln only asks questions. Mahler finds answers. Like
Yes,
explores so many
and that
ways.
that gives me like hope that he will do well, because if you look at his TFA critique, even though it's way too long and just insane, like oh my god, 30 minutes over light, no, that's too long. Fuck off with your long man bad shit. That is actually long bad man. But
Man, I found it entertaining.
All
Yeah,
right.
I
I think that his last Jedi critique, I feel like, you know, I think if it were 30 minutes longer and he just like a list of all of the defects that the movie had, it would have been like the perfect length.
Seriously.
yeah.
I think for me,
Seriously.
6 hours for a 2-hour film, I think that's good enough.
All right. The 6. All right. His TFA critique. Why the fuck there was audio clips of other people just say? I remember one.
Yeah, that was horrible.
One was
I
bitching about the
understand- I
prequels and said they
understand
were
that.
worse than the sequels. Seriously,
Those audio clips are absolute waste of time. They're also
They're
his
just to explain people's opinions.
they're also
I think he really needs to expand on those in this next video.
there's
I'm not getting them.
Like,
Fate Part 3 is coming out soon.
like
It's coming out in
they're-
August or July, I think.
They're also being said by his friends, making everything they say like
No,
worthless.
Aichi is. No, Chris Stuckmann isn't his friend.
well, all right.
He had
Jared Genesis isn't his friend.
he had a clip of Jared Genesis in his video in the TFA thing.
Yeah, he did have a clip of
Did?
Jared Genesis.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I
Maybe-
hope
maybe
another
Mahler-
link shows up.
Maybe Mahler is getting crushed by his fan base or something. I don't know.
He probably has a crush on Jared Genesis.
No, I mean, I mean, Mahler is being, because like I felt I'm getting the sense for a while now that all this fame is starting to inflate his ego a little bit. So it's
He
He
used
has
to be-
he has said before that he has admittedly arrogance, but he thinks that he has some reason to be.
Great.
It's even more arrogance.
I just hope that it won't get worse, because I feel like it is, because you know
He's gonna be replaced by Anomaly Inc. because like Anomaly Inc. is such a grassroots YouTuber and he's so
hey,
humble.
it's not like Mahler is not grassroots. Like he
He
worked
did
in,
he did start out as a pretty small channel.
like it's
Yes, and there's so many videos he made. He just deleted or put on private. I don't know why. Maybe explain it. I have heard he didn't want to delete it because his first review was actually positive video on The Last Jedi.
Do you know where Rick
no,
Morley
that's
gets
not his first review.
his first review was on?
It was on
Amnesia.
YouTube since 2015.
What?
he's been on
He's been on
YouTube.
YouTube. He's been on YouTube since 2015.
But he started doing reviews so early 2018.
Let me check his channel.
Well, either way, the
He did a lot of gaming content. His first video is Dissection Amnesia: The Dark Descent versus a Machine.
No,
That's-
I'm not talking about Mahler. I'm talking about Anomaly Inc.
On Anomaly Inc.
well,
Yeah,
the,
Okay, whatever.
Mahler, I don't know about Mahler.
Well, look,
Yeah,
I like Mahler. His
We started it in December.
his comments
2017.
his comments on the prequels in his TLJ critique are like easily the worst part of it.
To be fair, he did say he loves them.
Yeah, I know, but he's like objectively
like-
poorly written movies, and I was like, no.
Yeah, I'm not with him on that.
Also, the whole like we missed something. Like yes, in fact, that's going to be in my video. Like I will like directly answer him on that. Like he says, now there's people coming out saying that they love the prequels and like we missed something, and I'm just like, yes, you missed there were good movies, something like that. I'm
You
gonna
missed it. You missed it.
It's not impossible.
Being a failed filmmaker doesn't make you a good reviewer.
But I expect what I expect is going to happen is that he will go into it like considering the films like I don't know 5, 6 out of 10, and he will come out thinking they're like 9 or 8. Like that's what I expect. Like he's going to be like
yeah.
he's just going to see all the answers because he's going to go in depth like a psychopath.
Yeah, Mahler doesn't slack.
Like I feel like he's really going to encounter all the answers and see all the things. Like I really do like I do expect that he will be wise enough to see it. Like if not, honestly, that will utterly just destroy my perspective of him, and like I'll never watch another one of his videos again. Because honestly, understanding the prequels is pretty much it's pretty much like liking the prequels and understanding their quality is pretty much at this point it should be like a test for your ability to review movies, because obviously George Lucas did do something wrong in the sense that at the literal surface the movies look a little weird,
Movies look dated, but that's not a problem.
No, I mean they
technology.
look weird, as in like people talking and stuff like that. Like obviously there's something that causes people to react this idiotically. So like there's something to it, that I'm not saying that the movies are bad or something, but I mean like I feel like the prequels are movies that are all about like understanding.
They were about politics, and people didn't like that.
Well,
People didn't like the amount of world building he wanted to do.
Oh, definitely. But the way I see it is that the prequels are sort of like how much you like them is based entirely on your like it's based on your willingness to understand them, pretty much. Like
Rick Worley said, people will expect films to be a 3-course dinner.
Yeah, exactly. Like trying to understand why you didn't get a 3-course dinner, that's really what your perception of the movie is about. So Mahler, he's already proven himself to be pretty good at detecting stuff. But if he can detect this one, then the thing is, by the time he'll make them, I'll have my videos out, you'll have your videos out, and Anomaly will probably be a lot further with Revenge of the Prequels. So
Anomaly might finish Revenge of the Prequels, and then Mahler just uploads his videos, and then.
Oh yeah. I feel a little bad about what's gonna happen. It's like I'm gonna steal his glory.
Okay, question. Why the fuck it took him this long to make the part 3? When was part 2 uploaded?
I can only speculate that he might have gotten too many super chats.
He was hanging out in the Colossal's crazy closet.
Well, I think part 3 is. I think he's just.
Part 3 is going to be 4 hours long, I believe.
I think he's just not gonna do that for a while. And he's working on.
He said he's working on it. He's got a large portion of it done.
I think it's pretty much like me with any of my videos where I'm just like, I got
after we finish this streaming series, you want to just go and start stream SCP Secret Lab.
Oh my god. Well, actually, I do want to make my third encounter video, so maybe later.
Yeah, like after we finish.
Yeah, let's
Introduce,
go.
and then
let's
there's
just
Darth
continue.
Maul. Now, why is Darth Maul so awesome? Why does everyone like Darth Maul? Why is
Okay, wait. I just like to
because he's
just like to
surface
prepare
level-
you for what he's going to say. I say
Because-
something really stupid.
Yeah, I know, but like I'm already preempting him here, because Darth Maul is surface level bad guy. He looks like Satan. He looks like a version of Satan. He's scary. He's intimidating. Therefore, a good character.
He looks like the guy who made the evil version of Brian Johnson, like his demon form.
I don't know about that. He's way too athletic for that.
everyone sad that Darth Maul died at the end of this movie because he was one of the best characters? Why did
No.
What? What? Okay. Oh
No,
my.
like-
Oh.
You could fit a Plinkett. You could fit Plinkett's pee in that hole of a mouth.
Oh,
There.
Jesus Christ.
Oh,
my
hey,
God.
hey, is that the Darth Maul comic before the Marvel one?
Yeah, it's not even the movie. What the fuck are you doing? Oh my God.
Oh,
So
the-
let me get this straight. The sniveling, like, controlling things behind the scenes Emperor isn't the main character. I mean, the best character. The hopeful young slave boy isn't the best character. The queen, you know, with her dedication. and love-
Character is obviously Dexter Jetster because we know so much about him in the short amount of time.
It's a Phantom Menace. The queen
Okay.
with her love for her people is the main character. I mean, the best character. The Qui-Gon with his virtuous nature of defying the council just to do the right thing. He is not the best character, you know. It's the guy who was standing around in a few scenes and then fought in the end and died. No, that's the best fucking character, alright? The best character is the guy who was just standing around. Ugh.
And there's the
He literally
Damn.
only fucking likes him because he's cool.
holy shit! Your
So-
microphone just got
No,
quality just got one to 100%.
no fucking wonder they love the fucking sequels.
Yeah.
Yeah, I put my mic like right up to my face now. I have like a plate right here where I'm eating. So I put it like on my keyboard, but yeah, it's.
what
cut
are
that
you
out.
eating right now? It's Floozle Floozle.
Oh, just some delicious, amazing food that women make.
It is it insulting that I called the city you live in Sloozle Floozle?
Well, it's not even accurate because it doesn't even sound anything like it, so you fail. Let's go.
why did so
I mean-
many expanded universe novels and even a television show decide
That are not the movie. They're not the movie, you fuck.
Just need to canonize that, idiot.
Oh,
Except for TCW.
Oh my
And then,
god.
no, after this video is
there are
over, can we
still
play that Bart
some-
Baker parody?
By the way, just something I want to say real quick. That version of Darth Maul looks like shit. If you look at
Okay,
Darth
you know what he's gonna say?
if you look at real life, real life Darth
Okay,
Maul.
I'm just gonna brace you for this. You know what he's gonna say afterwards? You wanna know what he's gonna say? He's gonna say,
No,
reason-
Direct him.
don't.
because he doesn't have any lines. He says like 3 things. At last we will reveal ourselves to the Jedi. At last we will have revenge. If my traces were correct, I will find them quickly, Master. And there you go. Darth Maul. He looks awesome. He sounds cool. He's a badass. He does his own stunts. He's got an awesome lightsaber, and he can kick Jedi's asses, and he's not even a Sith Master yet.
Literally didn't kick any ass.
no, like
Qui-Gon.
he
He
just
killed Qui-Gon.
Qui-Gon is an old person.
He murdered Qui-Gon. That's not ass kicking. Ass kicking is asking would be like if he was fighting 10 Jedi and he's like beating them all in like 2 minutes or something. You know what I'm saying?
In the Marvel Darth Maul comic, he does kill a Jedi Padawan, which is it's fucking stupid and contradicting as all fuck.
Well, look, I don't want to say much. I just want to say that he is not as nearly as good as this guy is making him sound like. Like he defeated Qui-Gon after a long tense duel, and then got defeated by Obi-Wan. Like
Padawan.
Well, near semi knight Padawan.
Oh, he didn't exactly get beat. Obi-Wan just outplayed him.
Well, you did see the video,
Yeah,
right?
As this guy, I forgot the name of, said he got out high grounded.
Well, look, I get what you're saying. I feel like what Obi-Wan did was a way of, like, I don't think it was just a cheap surprise. I feel
No, I agree. I'm just saying, like, Obi-Wan didn't exactly just like best him in lightsaber combat. He just did something that was advantageous. You know, it wasn't really a conventional win.
I
don't think it was cheap or anything.
I do agree with that, but I do feel like also, like, if you look at how Darth Maul reacted, like, it definitely does feel like what he did defeated him in a, like, what I
Do you know Cinema Wins took a sin off for Darth Maul's death? You know, win?
He took a win off.
Yes,
Win
he
off
did.
for
Oh, he doesn't have a brain. Alright.
he survived.
Why did they make him come back? Oh, because cool, yeah, of course.
Okay, he's gonna say.
Actually, it was George Lucas's idea.
He's gonna imply that the reason he's cool is because he didn't have any Lucas lines.
Yeah, but it's a George Lucas idea because George Lucas knew that in 1999 he wasn't gonna die there, or is it after years and years of people shitting on him?
And like they just RLM took a bunch of Taco Bells, went to his house, and just.
Yeah, they did.
Let's get on with this.
Doesn't have hardly any lines to say.
Fuck off! He doesn't need to say lines.
Carrots.
Why do they have to say lines? Damn it! What is this?
Palpatine's supposed to be the one with the dialogue.
He should be like Space Eminem.
No. Yeah, you're right. But seriously,
I can feel it.
I love my characters talking in a movie, alright? I don't mind that at all. But, I mean, what the fuck are these criterias for characters? Is this, this guy is awesome, except he doesn't say things, which makes him mad. This guy talks about politics all the time. Fuck him. This guy looks like a cartoon character and talks like a cartoon character. Fuck him. This guy is sort of cool because he looks cool. Good character. What is this shit? Talk about their actual character, like their actual character.
You're to Taco Bell.
You know, like I saw Anomaly Inc.'s video on Mulan. You know, and he's like talking about the main bad guy. I always thought the main bad guy was just bad guy, you know. Yeah, I just accidentally spoke to. But yeah, I always thought he was just bad, you know? But then once Anomaly Inc. showed, you know, how he felt challenged by the Emperor, you know, by building the Wall of China, like it doesn't exactly make him more dimensional, but it definitely shows that he's not just bad, he wants to prove something, which is the theme in the movie, people wanting to prove things. Like, that is actually fascinating to think about. It's fascinating to think about a character that has that few lines and presence in the film, you know, having, you know, some character. Like, Darth Maul is the same story. Like, we don't know much about him, but we know from his actions, like how he's hitting the ground before Obi-Wan, you know, that he's arrogant. He's arrogant, you know, he wants to fight for the Sith. Like, he says, at last we will have revenge. He says we, even though he had nothing to do with the other things himself. He is definitely, like, when he says we, you know, he's talking about the dark side of the Force. Like, he's a servant of the, like, there's so much stuff, there's so much gold you can dig out of the stuff with a pickaxe if you.
But you just came up with cool.
It's just so frustrating because it's like, I could just imagine Ray Park, like watch this is like, I don't think I appreciate you guys, I appreciate you guys, loving my my choreography and stunt stuff, but the character I played, it wasn't, like he's not just cool, there's
No, Ray Park wasn't. No, the voice of.
His Sith apprentice, bad guy, like it's a very minor. Like I'm not gonna pretend like he was the deepest thing ever, but it's fucking hell.
So he barely has to say anything. Written by George Lucas.
This is what I was trying to brace you for.
That's a major plus for a character in this movie. Now, after this amazing teaser poster,
release all your anger.
we were all really pumped to
Amazing teaser poster. This is literally the story we got.
Release all your anger on the George Lucas. He's good because he didn't have any.
He barely got to say any lines by George Lucas. Seriously, people who think George Lucas can't write dialogue are just fucking mentally retarded.
George Lucas doesn't prefer to write dialogue. He has someone else do that.
Yeah, I know, but like his dialogue is always gives us what we need for the fucking scene. Like he never it might be blunt, it might be simple, but he always gives us what we need. Why is that so bad?
Because they didn't say they fly now.
I just want to see a version of the original trilogy that's just they fly now type of thing. Not like they don't.
My dream original trilogy is all of the characters are played by Ian McGregor.
Even Leia. Actually, no, that would be hot.
Imagine imagine that conversation between Han Solo and the Emperor guys, and the officers, and it's Ewan McGregor. It's just like, who's this? Who's your operating number? He's like, I don't know. What the hell would he even say there? I don't think he would get himself in a situation like that.
I'm gonna
Actually, it is fine down here.
Actually, he would be able to talk his way out of that because he'd sound like them.
I'm gonna.
All right, let's
I'm gonna make a movie poster where it's just Ewan McGregor.
see what Anakin Skywalker was going to be like. And George Lucas.
Yeah, like we got in the fucking movie, you worthless sack of shit.
Apparently saw Jingle All the Way and said, yeah.
Oh yeah, Jingle All the Way. Fuck me. All right,
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I'm going to sleep.
Yeah, go.
Shrod.
Okay, Alabernati.
Brow. Alright, he's back. I mean, gone. This movie is bad. Wait, that's Jake Lloyd?
That's Jake Lloyd.
That's Jake Lloyd.
So.
Yeah, it is. You can tell by the haircut and all that stuff.
God
What's
damn it.
Jake Lloyd?
Why did they have to ruin his life?
Schrodinger will be able to come in a little bit.
So you don't understand. We're the real toxic fans.
Alright, let me take a look here. Alright, so he was in... Oh, wait, what? Oh, he was in, He was in 1996, Jingle All the Way. He was in 3 different movies in the 1996. He was in The Phantom Menace as Anakin Skywalker. He was in another movie, 2001, called Die With Me.
Replica. I think there was a bit of hate back in the day if they could make Jake Lloyd not a career.
Yeah, I know he quit acting like really quickly. There's a picture of him in 2007. Oh god.
I believe the common consensus of the time is there were okay movies. You know, some people hated them, some people liked them, but you know, not
It's
this.
Yeah, I got what you mean. Is Shrod gonna join?
He said he'll come in a few minutes or so.
All right.
No, I think he's. You know, he reminds me of that Mexican Terminator transform.
I found it really sad. I found it really sad he never got back into acting. Like, he literally just quit entirely.
He had PTSD because he was bullied.
He has in
And
January.
that was life was terrible.
In January 2020, his family issued a statement saying that he has moved closer to his family and has officially been diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia.
I mean,
You people better.
bullied him. Better give him.
You people better repent right now, or else you're going right to fucking hell.
To probably throw him a party.
Because oh my fucking god, that is horrible.
No, I do make a bit of fun.
Paranoid Paranoid schizophrenia essentially means you see things that aren't there, and you react on them, and then you start yelling, and it's crazy. I hope maybe it's.
He's an atheist doesn't believe in God, and I can see why.
Yeah, I mean, it's such an awful. The amazing retard is a fucking dickhead. Jesus.
Kinderborn, do you believe in God?
I do not.
That's your problem. You're still way better.
I don't.
You're still way better.
I don't see it as a problem.
Shut up!
But
Shut up! You're way better. You're way better person. You're way better person than these faggots anyway.
But do you believe that God can exist? Believe it is possible to exist?
believe it's possible. Sure.
All right, good.
God
All right,
does
good.
exist.
Let's not go any further, or else I'll just behead you on the
You
table.
know, like you've heard of the ontological.
Retarded fucking argument.
I'm a massive fucking guy over here. I love Arnold. Why couldn't he look like this forever?
You know, like he's such a legend because
What does he have to age?
I don't know. I think it's like
Why can't he be the same awesome guy
I
like
think he
forever?
doesn't age. I think he.
All right, I don't know what the hell's going on with you, Devian, but I better move on.
That kid. That's who we need. I just don't understand how certain takes.
No, that's not what happened. He Nick Lloyd just auditioned for the role. George Lucas didn't go over to his house and ask him.
That would be funny. He's just like flying in. It's just like. It's like, I need you to be in my Star Wars movie.
Stupid.
For this movie, we're like, yeah, that's a good one. I mean, weren't people behind the scenes?
This is so surface level. Like, he's got no proof for this. He just says it. What a dickhead.
He has an audience, and his goal is to convince people that.
Yeah, I guess I really do. I guess I really do now understand why Rick Wardy says this is what passes for film criticism.
No,
no, seriously.
Yeah, I saw a comment that said this is a great review, and then I told that guy this guy can convince you Attack of the Clones is good in 21 minutes. I can convince you fascism is good in a breakfast conversation. I mean, Attack of the Clones is bad.
It's a very, I mean, I can convince people fascism is good. I mean,
You can't convince me that fascism is good because
I can because get this, it's neutral, so like a good group of people can employ it. It's not inherently bad.
Not inherently bad, but
I'm pretty sure fascism means like power through like
power
political. It's power through force or something like that. I don't know. It's
that's like taking force through power
Yeah,
to be given to those with peaceful means.
yeah. It's one of wait. You
Right,
mean
isn't
it's taking things with force which should have been given by peaceful means.
Yes, so it's inherently bad.
Oh, in that sense. Well, still neutral though, even if it's got a
That's
bad.
right. Stuckmann, just like why idiots believe in communism.
Wait, he's a communist?
No, but like people are so easy to convince. If you can convince people about movies, where does it stop?
Oh
You
yeah.
know, if you can just
But yeah,
That's,
like,
that's a slippery slope argument, but whatever.
but seriously though, everything I know about it is that it's very neutral. So yeah, there you go.
no, actually no, it's not because
Well,
No,
I don't care to talk about if it is not or not, but I always known it to be neutral. So that's the way how I look at it for now. All right, let's move on.
Scenes like watching, going like, I don't know about that, man.
You'll never reach the outskirts in time. Sandstorms are very, very dangerous.
Yeah, that's
stuff
not
like
a bad.
that.
It's not a bad line. So I don't know
I'm
what the hell
pretty
you're
sure he
talking
wanted
about.
him to sound like an average kid.
Yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
that's the line that he uses. Like, not even "Are you an angel?"
Are you an angel?
You don't go for the easy stuff. You have to like go for like the whatever lines.
He probably thought it was too. Even he probably thought it was too on the nose.
So we thought the "Are you an..." No, he couldn't sense the subtlety of "Are you an angel?"
No, there really wasn't anyone, because if you watch the documentary of this movie, which is incredibly revealing, it actually shows George Lucas after the first rough cut screening with the producers and various people, and they all look like they're ready to jump off a cliff.
I thought a rough cut was supposed to show what is wrong with the movie. You know, I thought.
You just copied that from Plinkett. There's this moment in Plinkett's review. There's a moment in Plinkett's reviews where it's just like they were ready to start pointing fingers.
They're ready to start pointing fingers.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, I mean that's. Oh my god.
Okay, if we're gonna go on the chat, like the going on EFAP, I'll pretend to be Mr. Plinkett while you pretend to be.
Who the hell do I pretend to be?
I think you should pretend to be confused Matthew.
Oh god. You know what? I'm going to end up imitating him in his videos anyway, so that might be a good idea to start practicing. Why are these stupid kids in the way?
Why are these stupid kids in the way?
I don't understand. Why is the sequence with this plane thing so long? Couldn't it be shorter? Come on, George Lucas. Nobody cares about special effects anymore. Come on, man. He's not even that reasonable. He's more just like, nobody cares about special effects. It's so long. It's such a long thing. Stop shoving it in my face. Just that, except less retarded sounding.
It's a little disjointed.
Seems like a lot of shorts.
Yeah, and then they edit it and fix it. Go to hell. I don't even want to watch this
Don't
anymore.
say that.
Fucking hell. They edited it and fixed it. What the fuck am I supposed to tell you? This is the first rough cut. This is not literally when they're Is he too retarded to understand that this is during the editing process? Like, does he not get that this is not them watching in the cinema? Like, this is.
What do you mean? This is the movie right here, obviously.
I just want to take this version of the movie and like force Stuckmann to watch it, and then and like George Lucas is like next to him, and George Lucas is like, what? Yeah, that thing isn't good. That thing isn't good. That thing isn't good. And Stuckmann is like, well, so the movie isn't good. And he's like,
The movie isn't good because a rough cut isn't good. You know,
and George goes like, no, this is just the unfinished version. And he's like, oh.
Imagine if he just looks at the screen and just says, Chris Stuckmann, I just want you to know this is an unfinished version.
Oh my god. This is practically just watching it the first rough cut of the movie. And they're just looking at it, trying to see what to god damn it.
Scenes.
It's bold in terms of jerking people around, but I may have gone too far in a few places.
Yeah.
Like,
You may have gone a bit too far in the place at the end where they're epic and they're fighting and everything is crazy.
everything, you know.
And then at no other point in the prequels does he say this.
People never give credit to how beautifully cut and just like how amazingly cut the Phantom Menace fight is. Like they have to juggle four different tones.
Like all the three different things that are happening are awesome. The gunfight in the hall is awesome. Anakin in the space is awesome.
Gunfight's alright, but everything else is cool.
Well, the gun. Well, I get what you're saying, but like second Airborne, like
I like it. It's just not as good as the other three.
If you remember what I said a few days ago, Star Wars has one hit, one kill rule. You know, they're all hiding behind pillars, and you know they're very careful and shooting at each other. Like that makes that thing work. Okay, it's definitely not the best of the three, but it's, you know, I don't know. I feel like that moment when
Well, then what do you think is the least good of the three?
like the moment when they shoot themselves up with the hooks, you know, and then the Duel of Fates things start playing again, and it cuts to the fight. You know, there's no denying that the gunfight works very well with the other two, despite being, you know, the least interesting one, because it's just a gunfight. But well, to be honest, it's if you think about it,
I do kind of wish that there were more like, you know, standard gunfights in the movies.
well, the gunfight is actually more important than all. The gunfight's actually more important because that means they have a gun rate hostage, which means they have leverage.
Oh, the droid control ship fight is also very important because that.
Oh, definitely, but say all the other two fail.
The least important is actually the Jedi battle.
So say if they actually fail, you know, the other two, then they've got a new gun rate at gunpoint. And they can, you know, tell them to disable the droids and let the people go or whatever. And I don't know, it would still be bad, but I mean, it wouldn't exactly be good. Yeah, the other two are definitely important. Yeah, I may have gone too far in a few places, only referring to the end of Phantom Menace and nothing else. So taken out of context, go fuck yourself.
And just when he thought that the Star Wars saga couldn't get any more confusing,
then suddenly the fans came up and tried to make it look confusing. He's going to talk about midichlorians, and it all makes sense. Die in a fire. Also, you're not following
There's actually a song called "I Hope You Die." There's actually a song called "Die in a Fire."
Oh, really? Go ahead and
check
play
it out.
That's pretty much how I feel towards him now.
It's the Living Tombstone.
He's going to talk about midichlorians, and it's upsetting because he's just he doesn't think about this. I really hate this fucking review, man. He's not. It's not even creative. Like he's not even being creative with. That's the thing with these prequel hating videos, is that they're just prequel hate. They're not. You know, they're not. They just got nothing.
I sent the video.
Yeah. Like, if you watch an Angry Joe video game review, like, a lot of movie reviews are sort of like that, where they put on, you know, suits and stuff. I don't know. You don't have to do that, but, you know, it's more grand than just some idiot in a chair complaining. Like, it's goddamn.
George Lucas decided to introduce midichlorians into the mix. That's right. Apparently everyone just has little microscopic organisms floating around the inside of their bodies, and whoever listens...
Alright, so in real life we have blood, we have white blood cells,
we have mitochondria.
Yeah, we have mitochondria. we have all types of little things in our body that make all types of little decisions about things that are going on. The fastest man on Earth just happens to have more of
mitochondria.
No, I mean no, not the mitochondria, but he has like Usain Bolt. Usain Bolt. I can only imagine he has some stuff that makes his legs move even faster than normal.
In training.
Also training, but he's got something like he's
He
both.
bought the EA Battlefront pack.
But he's got both. He's got good training and a special thing. And the strongest man on earth, like he's got some special stuff. Obviously it all requires training to bring out, but well, that's the interesting thing about this is that these people are like, oh, he's got power because he's just got born with it. No, he has to train for it. Like he has to train for it to be. Like he
has that power.
He has more potential, and Rey is just overpowered. Rey is what they say that Anakin is. Just, oh God, fucking, I hate the people who.
Oh, you've gotten.
Just give me.
Who do you hate more, Confused Matthew or?
I hate Confused Matthew the most. Then Plinkett, then Star Wars only. God damn.
Oh, if it were me, actually Stuckmann is.
Nah, Stuckmann is harmless. He's just copying. He's just copying people.
Listens to them correctly.
No,
Can
that's actually
understand
a
the
bit
Force.
harmful.
It's not a mystical thing that binds us together with.
All right, so let me tell you something.
Is.
All right, so let me tell you something. All right, so like God, and all the stuff he does through the world he created. All right.
This is
So-
God that you speak of.
What did you say?
This is God that you speak of.
He's an omnipotent deity that controls all things and
You realize omnipotence is contradictory and illogical.
Don't argue. Don't argue with me on that. If you're gonna do that, then this is just gonna end up badly for you. The Force, I can only assume is like God, and if the Force created everything, then I don't see why it would have to do.
The Force is Christ, and the cosmic Force is the Father, and the wills is Spirit.
I'm not even going down that deep. I'm just assuming it's similar to the idea of God. Like what I'm saying is that it would make sense for it to be. Slap like her mom. It would make sense for it to be not magic. It just being magic is just stupid. That if that takes away all the meaning because it's just some fantasy fluff. Like it being real and physical and hard. That gives it some more meaning. Like it's like I understand a lot of people feel like George sort of took something away with this one, but he really didn't. He added more to it. Like it's every single thing in this world that we know has a rule and like a thing with how it works, and like the Force and Force powers shouldn't be any different. It shouldn't be just something that it is just because it is. It's not how it should work. What were you gonna say, Second Airborne Commander man?
Oh, I got nothing.
You got nothing. You got nothing.
Michael would
keep going.
My friend Michael.
Everyone in the galaxy, it's just these little organisms that.
My friend Michael wants to get you off the podcast for some reason, and I'm gonna tell him. He's like, "This is my podcast."
You want me to get off?
No, I mean Replica.
Maybe I'm talking too much. I don't know.
It's because you cuss.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. All right, I'm very sorry. But that stuff is in my head. A few years it will be gone. All right.
No, he thinks that cussing. I know that cussing isn't bad if you don't mean it. It's just a word.
Well, it's just a word. It's just a word for me. Except
it's also a word for me. Except I kind of see it as rude.
Except when I talk about hell and stuff like that. Although I don't think I actually want to see him go to hell. Well, yeah.
Alright, let's
don't say that stuff because, I mean,
Yeah, I know it's not exactly very nice, but this is very frustrating to watch.
No.
Let's
Live
go.
inside. And we're starting off with the best one, Episode 1, The
Well,
Phantom
why
Menace.
did it, what happened?
Episode 1 is the best one. Oh my god.
All right, let's move on.
Makes the entire film look very dated. The original dream is he really wants Queen Amidala to sign a paper, kick Jedi's asses, and he's not even a Sith mask cut screening with the producers and various historians into the mix. That's right. Apparently everyone just has little microscopies. I like to analyze the way shots are cut together, the way sound is
Wait,
looped.
go a bit back.
Yeah, you're right.
Skipped forward too much here. Just go from
That
here.
live inside our body. So I came to the pod race sequence and I watched it through adult eyes. Now these are eyes that analyze movies. I like to
I got a picture of eyes that analyze me.
Everything you said before, up to this point, is it's very hollow, very meaningless, and very.
No,
He hasn't made any actual
he hasn't
arguments or points.
substantiated his arguments.
Like I had the same feeling with Confused Matthew. Like he just says some stuff, and it doesn't mean anything really. It's just nitpicks at best. And now we're at this point of the review where he says this. These are eyes that analyze movies. It's I just don't believe you. But more important than I don't believe you, like where is your everyone?
Because
Everyone's
inherently bad. Because I told Michael it's not. I'm trying to reason with him.
I don't
We
want to
can't
swear.
just-
If I can help it, I don't want to. But it's like it's once you're surrounded by people who do that all the time, then that becomes a thing in your head. And I hope to rid myself of that kind of stuff. But yeah, I'm sorry if it bothers you that much.
Doesn't bother me at all.
No, I mean
Understand.
I'm talking about that guy. Like I'm sorry, but yeah.
Said I told him cussing isn't inherently bad.
Well, it is kind of bad because it's whatever. So everyone's eyes should analyze movies, to be honest. I mean, but it's just not right. Like it's just not true. Like let's be honest. Like we don't need to say anything other than you're not
These are
analyzing.
eyes that analyze movies. This videos would be much longer.
In fact, I think what's really happening is that you have a mouth. I think you have a mouth that blabbers on about stuff. You just like to sit there and just say these words that you heard from other people and call it your own review.
Analyze the way shots are cut together, the way sound is looped through a scene. I like to look at the lighting. I like to look at the way
Okay,
the camera
he's not
moves.
going to bring up any of that, except for how the camera moves. Anyone, literally anyone, can analyze how the camera moves.
What's so stupid about this? Like I mean, like
Why
really.
did you keep going from left to right?
Left to right.
You know what's so stupid about this? Like
This is
George Lucas, for what he did in the original trilogy, pretty sure you should just not question him on his. Like, I'm pretty sure it should just be understood that he's pretty good with making.
you shouldn't question his filmmaking talent. You should only question his writing talent, I guess, because
Yeah, that was. I mean, out of the directing and writing is the weaker one by a little bit.
I mean,
then that's because it's not like with Michael Bay where he has no writing and only
well,
directing.
whoa. Michael Bay, his
Not,
movies
well,
have been
not
writing.
just only.
It's
It's
just
like it takes him backstage.
well, it's like there's like a. I would say Michael Bay's movies 40% make sense, 60% don't. Like it's mostly dumb, but there's an underlying thing that does work. But anyway, like George, the way he edits, I don't even think about, because I don't even think about the problems that could be in them. 'Cause, I mean, why the hell would I have problems with? There's nothing to criticize about it, really.
No,
I mean,
Chris Stuckmann won't be remembered as much as George Lucas.
I really love George Lucas's style. Like he says, I like that bad camera work that he's talking about, and he says, what it doesn't look like it's
Not clean. It's like document.
Yeah. And that adds a feeling of realism to the movie that is kind of hard to describe. I've tried to emulate it in any video I make. Like I tend to have some pretty clear shots, but I don't shy away from shaky cam but not retarded shaky cam, but this. It's hard to describe. When it's sort of mostly standing still, but it's just a little bit wobbling around and stuff like that. I like to do that a lot. But it's I mean, I feel like this just goes back to what Rick Worley said. Like he thinks he knows better than him, so he's now going his
sarcastic comment. His sarcastic comment about why didn't they bring Chris Stuckmann on the analyzing team? It's such amazing.
Jesus, I'm sorry about that.
But
I don't mean to offend the Lord. I'm sorry. Let's go.
And as I watched this scene, I became aware of something that I've never noticed before. In fact, I've never heard anyone mention ever. Nearly.
I can believe that no one mentioned that.
Nearly every single shot was filmed like a normal racing sequence is shot.
Michael just said he don't act like a Christian.
What? But I am one.
Okay, can you I'm gonna add you to the chat.
Seems a bit.
I'm gonna add you to the chat. I'm gonna add you to the chat. So, what's your email? Just send it to me and messaging so I can add you and you can prove him wrong. And talk to him yourself because I don't want any trouble.
Well, I'm pretty loose at the moment, but I'm not letting any of it go. I'm just waiting to come back. Yeah. All right. But yeah, this 180-degree rule. A lot of people Rick Worley already covered this, but I feel like what I personally feel about it that's funnier is that even if it is stale shot, we can clearly see them go where they need to go. So
it
really doesn't matter to me that it's all from one angle.
Doesn't matter if it camera work is bad if you can't focus on the scene.
Yeah.
Every single shot in the pod race is from the right-hand perspective of the pods, and I would say about 80% of the shots are panning from left to right. Pan from left to right.
Contradict yourself by saying left.
Oh my god! Oh my god, guys, you can literally see how it makes sense that it's from an audience perspective over there. Every single all those shots you just saw, those look like perfect shots from those are all perfect places for where you would be standing when you look at it. That might as well have been from our own very eyeballs. That's
it's horrible.
It's even better than what Rick Worley said. It genuinely does look like it's coming from the audience, like Rick Worley said. Come on, man. Come on, Chris.
Right.
Come on.
Left to right. 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 If you think I'm showing the same shot over and over again, I'm not. These are all different shots. For some reason, Lucas never thought to put the camera. And in my notes,
he shows shot after shot that are all different, and then he says, "If you think I'm showing you the same shot over and over again, I'm not." What?
Weird. I believe. I don't know. I think he understands that he has to show us.
I get that, but I mean, he showed multiple shots that were similar, and then he says, he showed multiple shots that were radically different in different places, looking for different angles, and then he says, "If you think I'm showing the same shot over again," what? Oh my god! I feel like that was just almost that kind of exposes just how much he thinks about his audience.
Pan from left
look
to
at
right.
this. Look how different it is.
Left to right. Left to right.
Do you see how different this is? It's
left to right. Left to right. Left to right. Left to right. If you think I'm showing the same shot over and over again, I'm not. These are all different shots. For some
Okay, I see. It's slightly better because
Who cares?
it doesn't even fucking
No.
matter. It's
I don't
stupid.
know.
reason,
Patrick
Lucas
Williams
never
will
thought to
probably
put the
care.
camera on the other side of the pods, so you don't get a well-rounded view of this race, and
What's
it
wrong?
becomes very
wrong
stale
with
because
that?
you're constantly seeing
I gotta be honest with you. If we saw cameras from left and right intercutting with each other, that would honestly just become really
No,
disorienting.
he'd rather. I think he'd rather have confusing content than stale content.
Like unironically, this 180-degree rule thing, like it actually makes a lot of sense because like if we have a shot from the canyon coming in from the right, look really weird because we see Anakin driving what looks like to be the other way. Like it's it's a progression.
Yeah.
It's a progression from left to right that they are going through a line that is going from left to right. So like that's what's retarded about this is that there's once they are in a position where they go straight on forward towards the finishing line, then the camera angles are all on the middle and the front and that kind of stuff. Like Rick Worley, pretty sure he said that he was lying about the scene. Like I'm not sure.
Yes, there were many other shots. Like there wasn't just left to right. Because if it was, then that would.
I mean, there's a lot of shots where you just focus on random people that are
Yeah,
watching.
I feel like this scene is not as. Scene goes on for a bit too long.
Yeah, but it's also really.
say.
There was
Like
a-
that's the only problem I have with the scene, and that's one of my least favorite scenes in the movie.
I get what you're saying, but I do kind of feel like we should just let Lucas have that one because oh my god, did he do a good job with this?
Um,
I mean, it's just awesome sounds of things flying at like lethal velocity, just going like that's awesome. Like I'm not even big into race cars and stuff like that, but he definitely knew how to emulate the feeling.
the same movement happen, left to right, over and over again. I can't believe I never noticed this. I mean, yeah, there are shots like from straight on or from straight behind or a first-person shot, but I think there are maybe 1 or 2 shots that are actually on the left-hand side.
a thing.
I guarantee you, those 1 or 2 shots he's talking about are very specific instances. That like they are instances, like they're probably like in the finishing line, like they're probably from angles where on both sides an audience can be looking at them. And
I see.
like that's probably what he's talking about. Like, I feel like this scene, I feel like this part of his review. I feel like this part of his review just really.
It's just like so proud of it.
I feel like this part of the review really just tells us how. It really shows us how he watches the movie. Like he gets up on a wrong foot, and then he just keeps going the wrong direction. He keeps just going the wrong. He begins with the wrong mindset and perspective, and then only gets worse from there on. That's just his review.
It's nuts. I never noticed this before. The entire scene feels stale
Okay, the
to me
entire
now, and I'm
scene
sorry
feels
if I ruined it
stale
for
to you
anybody. So
because
once
of
these
a
characters,
camera angle. No, I mean like 12 Angry Men was filmed with basic shots, and I don't think that movie's stale at all.
I mean, the ending.
Like our teacher let us watch that movie while he was on jury duty, and that was just like one of the most amazing days in class.
What did you talk about? What movie?
12 Angry Men.
Ah, okay. The ending of Falling Down is literally just the ending of Falling Down is literally just character face shots, and that's pretty intense. Yeah, this is just stupid.
finally get to Coruscant and
this guy who kind of doesn't like Michael. Because Michael, you act like a perverted creep all the time, and then you're like, no swearing. And then I'm just like, wow. This is like, I mean, he's done a lot of things that are creepy, but the Diego just said creepy.
I don't know who any of these people are, so it's
yeah, it's just like, no, they're sticking up to you.
Ah, thanks, guys. Yeah, I like the way this looks, but
No,
yeah.
it looks a bit dated. I'll say that, but dated isn't bad. It's just like
I think an argument can be made that episode 1 is slightly dated, but I don't have a problem with this shot. It looks like it's sort of later in the evening.
I mean, it doesn't. It's kind. I can definitely see the CGI and stuff.
I guess. I think it looks perfectly fine though.
I don't know.
It's serviceable for the time.
Like I maybe my eyes just can't detect it for some reason, but I for the most part I don't have a problem with this. It's more the whole the cubicle ground that you see behind it. That kind of looks worse to me than what we see right in front of us.
What the heck is this? I don't even know what type of person makes a tier like this, because it's like, oh, I think this might be what Patrick Williams thinks. Because it's just like The Empire Strikes Back is at the top. Last Jedi is second on that list. Then it goes
okay. Post it in the. I'll take a look at it in a few seconds. We gotta keep going. We're almost done.
Go to the Jedi Council, and we get to see Yoda and Mace Windu and all of these people, and Qui-Gon is trying to convince them that Anakin's got something special about him and they need to train him. The inclusion of a humorless, witless, dry-ass, boring Yoda was an awful idea.
That wasn't an awful idea. I mean, like I said, 12 Angry Men is mostly humorless and witless. Nothing with it.
Yikes! That tier list is awful.
What is it? Let me take a look at it. What the hell is this shit? Wow, somebody did not like The Rise of Skywalker.
What does that M stand for?
I'm not gonna say that. Yeah, so I can't believe that you would rate the fucking. Why the hell would you? That episode 6.
The
last abortion of A New Hope. That's a.
I call it the spot of Satan because, like,
oh my god,
so bad.
The Last Jedi is better than like everything. Even episode 6. What are you doing?
Even episode 4.
I mean,
Revenge.
Get it if like one of those pretentious film schmucks that puts like the OT at the very top and then Last Jedi right below that. But how do you put Last Jedi above A New Hope and Return of the Jedi? That is absurd.
I love how he puts the prequels, like the episode 1 and 2, this low, and then he doesn't. Whatever. I don't care. These people are losers.
It's kind of.
Let's get on with Stuckmann eyes, dear.
Stuckmann eyes.
Anakin is the one who will eventually bring balance to the Force. This is the prophecy, and here's the boy. Yet every single person on this council is like, he's too old.
They don't know that it's the chosen one.
They don't know it's the chosen one.
I think he might be the chosen one.
Oh my god. Great fear I sense in his training. No, danger. He senses danger. He senses danger.
Okay, so can we watch this video afterwards?
Alright, so we have episode 3. We have episode 3, where he betrays the Jedi and gets them all killed, yet here he is questioning why they don't question. They are aware that he has an insane midichlorian count. Like they're definitely aware of that, but they know it's danger. There's danger in his training, big danger.
Danger since he's old.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's people keep making fun of this, but like seriously, I mean, an 8-year-old child is a lot different from like a 2-year-old one. Like it's a lot different. He's already got attachments and love and that kind of stuff, and all right, what is he gonna say next?
Like him. Go away. Just no, he's not going to be trained.
That's not what he said. He said, no, he's not gonna be trained because he's dangerous, not because he don't like him. These motherfucking people just keep boiling down everything to the most simplest, boringest thing ever.
And
it's just the simplest observation in the movie possible. Let's move on.
Shut up. The Jedis in this movie are dicks. I'm serious. When you actually watch this movie and you hear about them constantly saying the Sith menace and the mystery of the Sith and Qui-Gon, you should go out and do something about that, and they just sit around in a room and go,
that's not the point.
All right. All right, so let me tell you something, all right? So this is a Jedi in a relatively relaxed situation. Like, sure, tensions are rising a little bit, but there's no way.
Galactic war,
There's no way in hell there's going to be something massive happening. In fact, for the next 10 years, nothing massive happens. This is just a situation that is escalated to be quite worse than anything else we've seen in a long time. So, you guys go deal with it. We just keep... We, the defenders of peace and justice, will stay here.
No, job.
And do our job.
They have the separate Queen's Guard, to deal with things like that.
What's interesting about this is that in a lot of movies you see the bad guys, and they're in power and stuff, and you see them talk about things that the good guy is going to defeat. This is like the opposite of that, where we have the good guys sitting in a room where they're talking about the bad guys they're going to defeat.
This was a subversion of Flash Gordon tropes.
Yeah. Like these are the, like, a lot of people don't understand that these are the good. This is what being good looks like after you have won. You're sitting in rooms talking about how you're going to make good things keep happening and influencing other things, because you don't need to deal with everything yourself anymore, because you got power. Like, the Jedi here are a part of the Republic, and they are a very important part of the Republic. And, okay, maybe they could have sent another Jedi with them, but
even then it's not necessary.
Yeah, exactly. Like, the thing with the Sith Lord, it might have been a good idea to bring in some extra backup, but why the fuck would you question someone as capable as Qui-Gon anyway?
Yes.
It's kind of a shock that he died in general. Like, it's
I think like they're just like if you do analyze the things, there's a lot more than just Qui-Gon died. Qui-Gon was expected to die. He's not being sent off to death.
Yeah, he was not. Like, in fact, that's the whole thing with the prequels, that him dying there, actually, like, kind of, like, his death is pretty much the catalyst for everything else that happens. He didn't die. He got to train Anakin, and give him some slack, and be nice to him and all that. That is something great. Like Anakin wouldn't have fallen to the dark side. Like, I hate this.
That's all they do in the movie. They don't actually do anything. Finally,
they do things because they talk about it.
Things like they're discussing what to do about things.
Yeah,
that's not nothing.
All right, so take this scene in episode 2. Why do we have a million Jedi fighting here all of a sudden? Well, because they don't know about the clones. They don't know about the army. This is what they got to fight the Separatists. All the Separatists are right here. They can end the war here. Like, with the amount of men they have. Now, obviously, there are way more droids than they were expecting, but, like, when they have a chance to make a massive, play, to this scene just immediately just contradicts his previous lines.
In Attack of the Clones, they got like 1,000 Jedi just in a room just fighting shit. Where were they when Darth Maul was?
Because they don't know that Darth Maul.
Don't know Darth Maul's there. It's kind of.
All right. So the reason why you can maybe argue for another Jedi being sent is because he already encountered Darth Maul. However, the thing is, it's not. It is not weird to expect that 2 Jedi would be able to defeat Darth Maul, because they do. Sure, one of them dies, but they do defeat him. All right, like it's very obvious that they had their faith in the right place. Like the only reason why a third one would have been maybe a good idea is because we haven't seen a Sith in a super long time. Like, but even then, we can trust Qui-Gon, and like, I mean, if imagine they just fucking show up there with like all the Jedi, and then Darth Sidious is just sort of like, oh, so they literally all left. Okay, I guess I can go and really do some I now that the Jedi aren't here to pay attention, I could do some really.
He could probably bomb. He would have probably sent some ships in order to kamikaze them.
Well, maybe not that, but he would definitely have. It would definitely start to screw up some political stuff. He would. What I meant is that he would screw up some political stuff, like They do some shit behind their back. Like, I don't know. Like it's just stupid. Like the idea that at the first sign of danger or things going bad, everybody just go and attack. Yay!
No, like sorry about that crash.
That's alright.
Was cutting people in half. Now, throughout this entire Coruscant sequence, it is some of the most boring adventure, serial, fun, awesome science fiction filmmaking I've ever seen in my life.
Okay.
Well, how about you pay attention, retard? I don't have the patience for this anymore. I just want him to
finish the video.
I just want to finish I always wanted to finish his rambling and then just go away.
Life. Throughout this entire sequence, and I call it a sequence even though it's like a half an hour's worth of various scenes. I call it a sequence because it just feels.
Hour. To me.
All right, I'm taking this picture of his face. Don't press away.
I know what you're gonna do with it.
Like I feel like this just describes Chris Stuckmann. So I'm a Chris Stuckmann.
No, you could probably put that like.
All right. That. Oh my God! What an idiot!
It feels like this giant thing that won't go away. Everyone.
What's wrong with it?
Yeah, the dialogue. It explains the movie, idiot.
Everyone is just sitting and talking.
Yeah, we're sitting and talking because that's what people do in real life. Like seriously, like I mean, like I don't know about your family or whatever, but like if you were like to leave this room, what would you expect to find outside? Would you like? I don't know anything about your dad. I don't want to.
I expect a plane crash.
I don't expect. I don't expect. I don't know anything about your dad or whatever, but I'm just using him as an example, right? Like I'm just assuming that
part of the. My dad got enlisted to fight the riots.
Oh. Okay, well, let's say he wasn't enlisted and everything's fine. Like, would you expect to find him sitting in the chair watching TV, or would you expect him to just stand?
He's probably working because that's what quarantine has led us to.
No, I mean, like, okay, I'll just say people in general. Do you expect people in their houses to just sit there, watching TV or something, or do you expect them to just stand around and I don't know, run towards the kitchen to get food or whatever. Just
Man, like I've never seen a brain as small as I've never seen like a brain as small as Stuckmann before.
like it's like I'm sitting on a chair here talking to you. I could stand. Hell, it would probably be better for my health to just stand. You know, but like it, I.
According to the rules of Stuckmann, that's what we must do.
Like this is such a dumbass criticism. They're sitting down talking to each other, discussing important shit. You know,
4 more minutes to go.
It's so funny. It's so funny. I'm 20 years old. You're 15. We're both like really young, and we're like full of life and shit. And we're 100% understanding. We fully get. We fully get that important people, like when we were like 10, we were even back then we understood that important people sit down and talk about important things. Like, and this 27-year-old thinks that it's boring. I mean, I just want to take children who watch these films and just have them react to it, and I just want to be
I
like,
might get
like,
my cousin to react to it.
like I just want to be like, do you think this is boring? And it's like, well, I don't know. They're just talking about stuff. It's
That, like Rick Worley said, they would have filtered it out.
yeah. I mean, but if they are like if they don't filter it out and they're trying to pay attention, I can only assume that they are like, oh, they're just talking about important things. Like,
I see. Yeah.
like this boring criticism. It's so insane.
Oh,
It's
a
just-
movie's only boring if it like the shots hang for too long, or if like something unnecessary needs to be cut.
Like Plinkett's review, like criticized them for walking around and stuff and never being tense, and then it showed some footage from like the new Star Trek films, and these characters are just running like maniacs. They're just rushing from.
You know, like I saw him say in The Rise of Skywalker, half in the bag, that they're not. Like J.J. Abrams should have directed the movie, not Chris Terrio should have written it, and then he shows like difference between the prequels and how it's just like normal, and it's just like what he thinks is boring, and the sequel and the the J.J. Abrams films where it's just like shaky cam and everyone's just running around frantically, and I'm just like,
Now look, I always like, especially in video games, but definitely in movies, I do like it when characters in moments of action move around more, than just moving slowly around. But-
I mean, comparing the two is a bit disingenuous.
I mean, like running, like what they are doing in Star Trek, they're like sprinting. They're just going as fast as fucking possible.
They took all the ketamine from Yoda's stash.
Like, they just rush. They just go insane.
Okay, let's
Like-
finish this before
what
Amelie
you
starts
would-
streaming.
Oh yeah, sure. Wait, who starts streaming?
Amelie.
Oh, okay. Well,
Are you big into
Yeah, I am. But
films?
either way, like what you would probably want in action is like people to run around a bit, but like never to a degree where they're less combat effective. I mean, like the Star Trek shit, just show them jog. Just show them jog to where the problems is at. So that
that's what they do in
sprinting
a
like
fight.
that is what you're supposed to do. And actually, that's what untrained people do. They're crazy, because they're like, oh my god, we're gonna die. I need to do something. Oh my god, Jesus Christ, like.
let's just finish this.
Yeah, you're
because
right. It's fucking idiots.
Talking and talking.
Just imagine. imagine the scene. Except like they just come sprinting out of the spaceship. They just come they just run.
and it just like blows up after. like just the whole movie, they're just running.
Oh, that would be great. I want to see that version of the movie. Like, just,
J.J. Abrams, the prequels.
just like instead of like talking to Bolsnas, he just jumps and like jump kicks him, like, and then he's like, "Okay, we do what you want." Oh my god! And Jar Jar, instead of like one flip, he does like 2 million flips in the air, and like he crashes into the water and just starts going off like a rocket. Oh, I want to see that version of the movie now. I want to see that version of the movie.
Don't give credence to Mr. Plinkett, because that's something that would be directed by J.J. Abrams.
I know, but I just want to see that version of the movie where they just come sprinting out. Oh, by the way, speaking about appropriate movement speeds, the Darth Maul fight. There you go.
One person sits while another person walks and talks. Everyone.
That's not bad.
I mean, I think what Chris is expecting is his audience to go, you know what? Ad.
You got cut off with the last second there.
Man, I hate Chris Stuckmann more than usual. I mean, I probably hate Chris Stuckmann as much as Mahler does.
This is so stupid. Yeah, people walking and talking and, you know, living, breathing.
No, you can make 20 minutes of something and have 15 minutes of nothing and still have millions of subscribers, while people like Dave Firth work their butts off trying to make the most beautiful and intricate animations.
Yep. That's the thing with YouTube, is that, you know, like, work for months to make one machinima video, and then a million, and it gets
100 views or so.
Yeah, and
I'm glad that
there's videos.
has,
There's Let's Play videos of people that make every day a Let's Play video, barely edit anything, and they already have like 1,000 views.
I'm looking on the original.
Just keep sitting around in rooms and talking. There's a.
How about? Oh, wait a minute. You're sitting in a chair, Chris. Okay.
Oh, he's sitting. I thought he was just really short.
All right. Yeah, I'm on the camera. All right. So Chris is sitting in a chair and just talking. Obviously, Chris is a bad person because he doesn't know.
Boring because he.
Yeah.
Why is so fucking
his
boring,
reviews
Chris?
are bad movies.
I just want to see a video of, like, I want to see Chris Stuckmann like react to this and be like, oh my god, they're right. And so the next video is just Chris Stuckmann running. This Chris Stuckmann is just running like a maniac just through the forest as he's like saying this, like he's just like I'm just sitting roots talking. It's so boring.
Oh no, I laugh more. I laugh a lot more here than usually.
Somebody, please, God, make that into a video. I don't care how you do it. I don't care if it's animated or whatever. just take this concept and make it into a video.
Yeah, that's what the Amazing Atheist did. He was just like John.
Yeah, but I mean that was. I mean, to be honest, I don't know what an atheist is doing in the forest, but that was just a little bit of a trick.
Okay, let's just.
Atheists don't go in forests.
Atheists don't belong in forests. They belong on Twitter.
Well, there's like I don't know what you know.
No. Pedophiles belong on Twitter. Haven't you heard?
How do we know Amazing Atheist isn't?
It could be. I don't know. I don't have any. I don't have any proof for that.
I have any proof, but like he looks like one. He looks like one. I'm just gonna say that, you know. I'm not saying like
we probably shouldn't.
That doesn't make his arguments invalid. I'm just saying that.
Yeah.
The basic rule of screenwriting, guys, and what that is.
No. I hate this. I hate this right here. I hate what he's gonna say.
No.
The basic rule of screenwriting is that everybody runs like psychopaths.
Basic rule of screenwriting: make sure your story makes sense.
You know what? I'll make a video.
Screenwriting is no plot.
Numero uno.
I'll make a video about this. Like I'll just have people running in the streets.
Oh, we gotta do let's plays. We're gonna do let's plays, screaming and shouting while we're reviewing movies.
Yeah. Yeah. That corny it is. Okay. It's okay.
Would have been. I think instead of seeing Chris's face, we should have just seen one of Dream's videos.
Yeah. Oh, Dream. Oh, yeah, you're right. Like he makes great Minecraft videos. All right, let's continue.
Is if you have to have a talking scene that doesn't do that much of an intense nature, and you really just need this scene where people are talking to maybe advance a few plot points along, try to put it in a location or have something going on that's interesting.
Okay, release your anger.
Yeah, I mean, like the scene in The Last Jedi where, oh wait, no, they don't have conversations in that movie because everything has to be either funny or action-packed. Sorry.
Remember?
Why was he trying to make a comparison to Last Jedi? That's like the least talking movie ever and the most brain-dead action
Wait, no, you were
funny
doing that,
movie
man.
ever.
You were doing that.
All right. So
No, I believe like Chris Stuck. Wait, what did he give the score of The Force Awakens?
every single time they talk, they're talking about something that's really important, and even when they're not, they're talking about something that should at least get us to like the characters more. All right, they could be literally in a room that's just completely white for all I care, and be talking about this. Like,
It would be interesting if they were in a room that was completely white.
like it's just fucking. And by the way, there's hundreds of spaceships in the background, and the design of the room looks awesome. So fuck yourself.
Instance, in J.J. Abrams' original Star Trek film, when Bones
That's all I have to say. Fuck yourself. This is just the Plinkett copy. Plinkett showed the retards. Okay. Prepare yourself for the epic. So much. Oh, this is also a screenshot of his face. I should probably make. But yeah, this is just yeah. That's oh my god. All right. Oh, this is actually perfect, guys. Like here, take a look. I got the text movie review with it. Oh, that is great. But anyway, prepare yourselves for the amazing running around like retards that we're going to be seeing.
Bones and Kirk have to have some expository dialogue. They decided to have a scene in which Kirk's hands blow up from this injection that Bones gave him, and they have to run around trying to heal Kirk. But they're all...
That sounds insane.
From Star Trek: The Next Generation.
That sounds retarded. What the hell is that?
I don't understand this at all.
What the hell is that? What the fuck? Oh wow, that what you just described sounds the dumbest fucking shit ever. It just feels like something that just happens for the sake of happening. Like what the fuck is this shit? He's talking to him about important stuff, and then his hands explode. So they gotta go there and get fixed. Like, what?
Oh man, he's talking about
That feels
important
like
stuff.
a very J.J. Abrams thing to do. Just like insert some random thing while they're talking.
Look, honestly, I feel like the running joke that we made earlier, not only is that far more accurate,
Running joke is gonna be a running joke.
it shouldn't just be a running joke anymore. Like it should just be random bullshit happens. Like as Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon are running outside of the plane, the thing explodes, and like I don't know.
I have the idea of what he wants. He wants like Obi-Wan to cut himself on a lightsaber and say, I need medical attention. By the way, would you like to discuss politics or something?
Because that would fit. Because that would fit the tone of the scene.
God, I still think this idea. I still think this idea of the spaceship landing and them just running out. I still love that.
Yeah. You know, Chris Stuckmann is that like we definitely hate him, but we don't like. He's definitely funny, whether he's intended or not.
Like they just come running out for like no reason. Like I want that. I want somebody to make that into a thing. Where Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan just come out of the thing and they just run. They just.
Oh my god.
Like they just like the people are just staring at them. Like why are they running? Like they take. Oh, and I need that for episode 3 too. When Anakin's just like a Sith Lord, you know, and like Qui-Gon just immediately just starts sprinting.
Like you mean Mace Windu?
You mean Mace Windu?
Yeah. Like he's just like,
Yeah, that's what Sin Innocence wanted.
like it just goes like, oh, the motherfucker, and he just sprints. Like and that's the reason why there's only 3 Jedi with him, because like they're the only ones that can catch up to him. Like it's just, oh my god.
So giving the dialogue that's needed at that time. Now that makes for a humorous scene, a fun and exciting scene, while
And it also makes for some mindless, retarded action that you could enjoy it. Thank you.
also giving you the necessary dialogue. That's how you do a talking.
Oh, that's not how you do that. That's not how you do
That's
that.
how you- that's how you do it
Man.
when
Star
David
Wars.
fucking
This
wants
is
it.
even worse than Star Wars should be simple.
This is
No, it can't be as bad as that. It's
Alright.
not possible.
all right. Stuckmann, let me explain this to you, okay? This is one in many different thousands of ways that you can make a scene like that. That's one in thousands, millions, probably billions. Like the amount of different ways this could be done is insane. The fact you can only conceptualize this one, that is just insane.
But Star Wars should be simple.
Yeah, it should literally be for fucking 2-year-olds and be the most retarded bullshit ever.
No, I
George
don't even
Lucas-
know why.
George Lucas made it too old. 12-year-olds way too intelligent story. Like it should be for like 2 years old. Like,
Nah, man. They should have. George Lucas should make this just like install TVs in the womb and just be like play Star Wars on them.
yeah. I have to wonder.
Instead of classical music, they require that you or recommend that you listen to Star Wars music as a baby.
I wonder what the prequels and OT would be like if you
Stuckmann directed them.
well, that too. I can only
There'll be a
imagine.
lot of running. I would
Oh
imagine.
my god, guys! Oh my god! Literally, like the Darth Vader comes up, and he just comes in running, like he just comes in.
No, like he blasts the door down and starts slaughtering them. Like,
Oh
"Whoa."
yeah. The stormtroopers don't come out. It's Darth Vader who comes out just running, like cutting them all down.
That would make the scene more interesting.
and just like the droids come out of the pod, and C-3PO just starts like running, like it just starts. I could just imagine like Luke is like looking at the sand people like surrounding his thing. And he's just like he's scoping them out, and just a sand guy he just jumps and tackles him off the cliff.
That would have improved the scene 10,000-fold.
and then Obi-Wan Kenobi like instead of the sound we know, we just hear ooh, and he just comes in sprinting and beats them all up.
That'd be honestly
Okay. Yeah, but what
scary as
about
well.
the original?
Oh my fucking
Saber
god!
fight.
Even fucking Tarkin's just sprinting like.
No. Here's what we do. So basically, after Luke cuts off.
No. All the lightsaber fights in the OT are replaced by Dragon Ball Z style fights, where they just like continue punch each other in ridiculous
Hey,
ways.
man.
After Luke cuts off Vader's hand in Return of the Jedi, Emperor just sprints at Luke, beating the hell out of him.
Okay, I got the alternate thing. Emperor should have just like started running from his office in Coruscant and just like killed Padme. He's like, I'm coming, Padme.
Oh,
Now you will die. Now let me flash back to when I was a quarterback for the Empire. Those were the good days. I was the fastest runner on the team.
Stop!
You better get dunked, Luke.
Okay, let's just move on because
I thought I was gonna pass out.
Scene that doesn't have that much to do with the plot. Not just people sitting around going, yes, that's a good idea. Oh, I move for a vote of no confidence in
let me
Chancellor
deliver this mail while I
Who
run.
gives a shit? Seriously.
No, instead we should have had the Emperor playing football.
Just the everybody.
The Emperor should have just like gone to the and it ruined, just like shot lightning up into the air, killing all people who oppose him.
Just everybody who disagrees with Valorum just smashes him with their car.
The Emperor should have challenged Valorum to a hockey game.
Come on, they should have played Quidditch.
Like this.
No, that's not running though. That's just floating.
Oh yeah, okay. They should have just like had a marathon to decide the senators.
You know, it's you know what? all right. You know, Stuckmann. I think I love you because this
Now we
is.
love you, actually.
I haven't laughed this hard in a long time. In fact, I was pretty convinced I couldn't laugh this hard anymore. Oh God! I just have this image in my head of just all the characters in the things perpetually, just in this you know, like just a sprint that is not even controlled. It's just in flame. Like it's just like. It's the zombies, you know. It's like a zombie movie. Like they're running like that. They're just going. It doesn't matter. Just going as fast as possible. Jesus. Well, okay. Well, that was. Right. Well, let's finish this thing off already.
Who cares? This movie was made for kids. You really think they're gonna sit down and watch that?
You're not.
Yeah, they're gonna sit down and watch that because they like the movie.
It's a film for 12-year-olds.
Like it's for 12-year-olds. Like it's. Do you think,
Yeah,
George? Do you think, like, you know what I love about the politics criticism? Like the politics, it's so short. Like it's really short. Like it's only barely in the movies.
It's a few minutes. Like it's like 6 minutes total.
Yeah.
All
And-
of the political scenes are
and
6 minutes total.
And I can only imagine George did that because he didn't want it to be too long. And all these retards literally call the prequels just people sitting in a room talking about politics. They can never win. You can never win. George can never win. No wonder he sold Star Wars.
Everybody can suck Ryan's dick for making Space Casino Grumpy Luke a movie. But you know, George takes the time to make, you know, something actually somewhat interesting. Everybody's like, oh, it's about talking about politics.
Yeah.
No, he should have sold the rights to Paramount because at least they would have had Michael Bay direct those movies.
Yeah. Michael Bay's Star Wars would have been. It probably wouldn't be good in the sense that it would be like the originals and stuff, but it would at least be.
It would have been passable.
Yeah, it would have been passable.
It would be bad, but it would also be great.
Yeah, it would have been like bad in all the storytelling, most of the storytelling elements.
Instead of having an X-Wing dogfoot, the X-Wing would have transformed to a robot and started beating the shit out of some TIE fighters.
Oh God.
Okay, we're gonna die of laughing if we just continue.
Somebody has to make this. Somebody, I beg you. Somebody make what we're just. Somebody make the version of the movie where everybody just runs. I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you would make it look. Just do it in some form.
In every frame, every single person who is in the shot has to be running.
Well, they have to be running, or they have to just be like hyper intensive, just standing around, like like you know, like I don't know, like the jumping and like the head is like flying around, like I don't know, something like. Okay, actually, maybe not that, but just have them like stand around like really intensely, if that makes any sense. Like this, you know, like who isn't the guys who aren't running are just they're like I don't know I'm sure you'll figure it out. Yeah.
A Senate meeting? Then once we
a Senate meeting that lasted like 2 minutes, I think.
Like there were 2 meetings. Like one of them lasted 2 minutes, and the other one lasted 2 minutes.
Yeah. Oh my God, those 2 minutes will never get back.
we finally get to the finale of this movie, most of us are just excited to see something happening besides a trade dispute.
What about the pod racing, man? Left to right. Left to right.
Indeed.
Left to right. Left to right.
I feel like this is really the end point of this video. Like this is what it is. It's just he didn't care to pay attention, and that's just it.
It's the stereotypical prequel review, basically. It's the archetypal.
There's just nothing to this.
It's just politics.
Politics. Yeah.
Darth Maul, Qui-Gon Jinn, and Obi-Wan
Oh look, people are running. Holy shit! This is exciting.
are having a pretty cool lightsaber battle. I actually
Yeah,
really like
that's
this
why he
lightsaber
likes the battle.
I will
Because
Pretty
running.
cool. It's like
Because running.
It's like the
What?
third best in this series.
By the way, let me tell you something amazing. By the way, so and this is genuinely amazing about the movie. Like it's not like they're just running like retards, you know, in the scene. You can see them constantly positioning themselves to like to get into better positions to fight. Like that's how fighting works. I hate these goddamn modern movies that are just. It's just. Oh,
they actually had to slow down a few of the shots because the actors were moving so. Not all of them, but like they were just moving so fast and they were so in tune with choreography. They learned it so well. They were moving faster than they should have.
Yeah, like
That's amazing.
I heard,
like that they considered slowing it down.
Yeah. I mean, they probably showed it down so that people could see the action better. If not other,
like some shots are probably a lot of shots are still probably at normal speed, but some of them just had to be slowed down for the.
Yeah, like I think it's probably
for
shots,
clarity.
It's probably shots like when they're in the hallway fighting, and probably between Qui-Gon in the duel, like where you get.
Let's just continue. We got 2 minutes left.
Let's continue.
I will not lie. It's a lot of fun. John Williams' Duel of the Fates song is brilliant. I actually had the privilege.
See what I mean right there? Like the way he doesn't. Darth Maul doesn't run like a retard. There, he just takes a few big steps backwards, and like to create some distance, but not leave himself open. Like, I love that kind of shit.
Of hearing him perform it live in concert.
Fuck yourself. Let me tell you something.
Why I don't see anything wrong with that. Is there like an underlying theme of?
No. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why I don't like him saying that. It's because he made the whole movie sound absolutely worthless and pointless.
Then he gives John Williams credit.
And this ending song, and by the way, throughout the whole movie, music from John Williams has been playing. And then this ending song called "Duel of Fates" about the main character Qui-Gon Jinn. And his death deciding whether whether essentially deciding Anakin's fate, and his. Like now he gives it credit while also not understanding. Yeah, he said that. Yeah, but
okay, let's just.
Well, the thing is, he gives it credit for a song he doesn't understand the context of, and he doesn't even understand. Like he's downplayed all the setup for this payoff at the end. So
okay, let's just continue.
I'm not taking it from him that he likes the payoff because he said the setup was shit. So fuck yourself.
That was awesome. I remember hearing it before seeing the movie. I was so excited. I was listening to it, going, "Oh my gosh, this is gonna be the best movie of all time! Oh my goodness gracious!"
I hate you.
It's better than most movies that come out these days.
I hate
You
you.
know.
I hate you, and you're ugly, and you're fucking.
Have an IQ less than my age, man.
Like those Dragon Ball Z pages.
You're like 5.
Like that Dragon Ball Z stuff behind you. I am sure you love Dragon Ball Z Kai more than the remastered version, and I'm sure that you like skip through all the moments when people are talking to each other and not much is happening. You, fuck, I hate you. You're a piece of shit.
This movie is gonna be so amazing.
It is amazing, die.
Yes, but I do really like this lightsaber fight, even though.
Yeah, this lightsaber fight that is just payoff for the whole movie that you just shot on. Who cares about the lightsaber fight? The whole movie is shit. Seriously. Good action scene at the end of a terrible movie? Who cares? Who cares if an ending scene is a good fucking action movie?
Rogue One.
Rogue One had that.
Like, it's like, who cares if you don't care about any of the characters or what's happening? What is this kind of backhanded bullshit? Like, this backhanded praise is pissing me the hell off.
Should call it when someone says something boring, we should call them criticisms.
Yeah, criticism. I don't think he's more like Plinkett-isms because he's the one who made it up.
But like Chris Stuckmann magnifies it to an unseen level.
Yeah, I know. I really do want to see that running movie.
Nothing of much internal conflict is going.
Criticisms can't repel stupid criticisms of that magnitude.
Going on. It's really just two Jedis and a guy.
What do you mean? There's no internal conflict.
2 Jedis and a guy and a fool. That's how he summarizes that fight.
We're not even. I'm not even gonna say anything. We're not even gonna counter that. That just speaks for itself. Like, if you really believe that, then go ahead, live in that fantasy world.
Cool. And they're in a cool room, and it's got.
Yeah. He's gonna pepper in a criticism.
Oh god.
Not a criticism, cool, a criticism.
And Obi-Wan should have totally used his speed run to go through the red black.
Right here. Like I hate that. I hate that more than most of this crit.
All right. So he was tired, and
we even see him out of breath. You know,
okay, to be fair, like it is kind of strange.
No.
Hey, let me finish. Strange that we never see it in the movies ever again.
No.
Yeah, I just thought that was a mistake.
Time when they could have used it.
They could have very well used it during all the fights. We don't know.
Okay, that's kind of stupid. That's not a good defense.
Well,
I would have liked to see a Jedi maybe, like in the background of the Battle of Geonosis, just like use it.
We don't really see Force lightning being used for them.
All right.
Besides Dooku, he uses it, and Palpatine uses it all the time in Revenge of the Sith.
All right, okay, I'll admit that it's probably not the best. It's probably not the best.
It's not well written, but unlike The Last Jedi, it doesn't completely fuck up its Force powers.
Well, the way what it meant with it could very well be using it all the time. Is that I like to think that all the fights are way faster than what we see. It just slowed down so that the audience could see it. But that's not really a super argument. The way I see it is that
I think if it were, we should have seen that, in order to have it more clearly.
I get what you mean. Like it's something I can't really infer. It's the way how I always see it. But yeah. I mean, he's running towards the door. Like I can see him. What I always thought was that you see him really far away. When
he does cover a lot of ground, but that's a normal amount of ground to cover just by jogging.
Qui-Gon, and no, he's sprinting. Qui-Gon and
yes, but not in that weird Captain Kirk style.
Qui-Gon and Darth Maul are fighting each other with the red doors, and you see Obi-Wan really far away. Then the doors close, and he's like standing right next to it. I think he used it in that instance. But that could also be just a continuity error.
Yeah, I always chalked up the Force run as a continuity error.
Well, I just don't. Like the problem with the Force Run is that you couldn't put it in a movie. You can't. It's just too hard.
Yeah.
Like and
Why was it? But it.
And therefore I'm willing to, and therefore I just sort of go like, well, they're probably using it all the time, and we just can't see it, so whatever.
No, that's a continuity mistake.
Yeah, it's a continuity mistake that I, with my own headcanon, I just filter out. But I guess it is a sort of mini problem.
But that's like a little nitpick.
But like, I do think that force speed or no force speed, like the last door would have definitely stopped him. Like he was right before it, you know. Like it would have stopped him. Like it's not like he just did it for no thing.
Door area, but of course he didn't, because screenplay by George Lucas.
Didn't know that.
So Anakin's
Shut up.
Fuck yourself, die in a fire. I don't care anymore. Screenplay by George Lucas.
This is the
Yo,
guy.
we gotta play the song.
last-
We gotta play Die in
the guy
a
who
Fire
thinks
at
the
the
Last
end.
Jedi is an A-.
A minus.
Like,
Minus.
oh yeah, George Lucas writes bad screenplays, but then everybody, you know, not everybody, but like these kind of people suck Ryan's dick.
Yeah,
Like,
because artsy films.
Since when did, and then everybody's like, oh well, I just don't care about the continuity here. It's like, since when did bad writing become something you're not supposed to care about?
Since they're saying
Last Jedi, that's when, because, you know, it has themes and it's just so different, you know, it's creative and it's new and it's fucking worthless.
And it's really
You're reminding me of IHE. I just want to say that.
flying around in a Naboo starfighter, and he eventually blows up the ship and everything, but something about that scene always bothered me. He's got a child-sized
No, Plinkett
No,
said
he doesn't. No, he
Okay,
doesn't.
let's just
You can
continue
clearly
because
see-
that's such a worthless criticism. That
in the cockpit. Now,
It literally looks big on his head, so you're wrong.
it
Yeah.
looks big on his
Oh
head.
god
and it's
damn it! I
kind of big.
skipped to the end. Oh, well, I knew where it was, so it's okay.
entertaining if he actually had to try to fit into an adult helmet, but no, he
Oh,
has
yeah,
a
that
convenient
would've
child-sized
taken
helmet. just
some
there
suspense
for
out of
some
the
reason.
scene.
It's these very
funny helmet.
No, like he
Various-
is. No, like I'm surprised Rick Worley didn't get mad at what he's about to say right now because it's such an arrogant thing to say.
Let's hear it.
ideas that could have been in so many scenes to make them better that Lucas never thinks of. So the best character in the whole movie.
He honestly thinks that Darth Maul's the best character in the movie.
Yes, but not only that, but he's thinking, oh, he didn't think of these ideas. Like,
Yeah, I know it's retarded. Like Rick Worley said, well, George Lucas came up with the idea of Star Wars, so there you go. You came up with the helmet thing. He came up with.
he didn't
Star
even
Wars.
come up with that idea.
Oh, Chris, you better get running to entertain us because these reviews are not giving us a lot. Oh God!
I
Somebody-
have the idea of just constantly running. That's the
Somebody take a picture of his head, and then
And
put
then,
it
like-
on a video of some guy who's just sprinting through a town. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's a video. I don't care if it's I don't care if it's
do that scene where Tom Cruise is running for like 30 whole seconds in Mission Impossible Fallout.
yeah. What are those? Like I don't care if it's a tournament. I don't care if it's a movie like that. Just do it. Like it could even be the Master Chief in Halo 2 when he's running away from the thing, or just anything. Like, well, actually, the Master Chief isn't running fast enough in there, but whatever. Something like that.
Whatever.
He gets cut in half after Qui-Gon Jinn dies and says, "You have to train the boy. Please, it's my dying wish. Please train the boy.
Fuck off.
He will bring balance." So Obi-Wan is then forced to train Anakin, even though
Forced? What? No.
Obligated to.
So
That's
Obi-Wan
different.
initially, because his gut reaction was to not listen to his master because the council said that he was wrong. But then after that, he realized that he agrees with his master more than he liked to admit. And then, instead of just fucking ignoring his master's dying wish, he actually decides to take it, whether it be out of guilt or just out of respect.
I just, as much as I
That
don't
creates the conflict in episode 2.
as much as I don't like a lot of the things Rag says, this is a perfect example where I could just quote one of the things he says. This is one of these character moments you say that don't exist.
Come on, like, this is one of these character moments you've seen that don't exist. Like, I know his voice is very smooth. Like,
I'm not going to do a fucking impression of Rags. Okay, that's never gonna happen. Ever. Like, I wasn't. That was not. No.
I'm Rags.
that was more that was more confused Matthew actually.
Yeah, you're right.
Confused Rags coming up in the theater near you.
Just Matt.
I think I have a little bit more respect for Rags and most of the prequel bashers than they invite onto their.
Oh sure, it's just that he was an asshole to me at some point, but let's not.
You're at least getting recognized by them.
All right,
Okay.
let's get moving.
Right.
He doesn't want to, and apparently Yoda's fine with it all of a sudden. He's like, "Agree with you, the council does."
Yes,
That was kind of funny.
I'll tell you why he agrees. It's because Obi-Wan says, "I will do it no matter what," and so Yoda is like, "Well, it's his dying wish. I can't argue with that. You're barely, you're not even done with your training yet. Fine, we'll take him in. We'll train him." Like that's, like he's helping Obi-Wan here. Like he's not. Like at least that's what I think, is that he was like, okay, I'm not gonna, like you loved Qui-Gon,
Okay.
Qui-Gon told you to do it, so we're gonna help you with it because, you might be headed for disaster otherwise, have
we agreed with a single point that Chris Stuckmann has said?
Barely. I think we might have somewhat agreed on the running through the red doors thing, but even that. It's just it's not as I don't
The
think
only
we
thing
really
we slightly agreed on is the Force run, and
I think that's the only one, yeah. And that was just a slight inconsistency that didn't necessarily have to mean that he wouldn't. Well, it would, like, we don't know how fast the doors close. It could have very well closed on him even if he used a sprint. Like, we don't know if he did. So there you go.
the heck?
Oh, what the hell is that?
They said another curfew.
Oh, awesome.
But you just like 20
horrendous.
minutes ago said no. Like,
People's minds can
This
change.
was 20 minutes ago. It was like 45 minutes ago, which in the movie was like days.
Yeah,
Not
so-
days. This whole thing takes place within like a few hours.
No,
I
not.
think it was like a day or two.
Yeah,
Okay,
a good
I
5
can
days,
see.
I'd say. But yeah. Alright, so Chris, he said no because Qui-Gon was still alive, and he was very clearly going to do it himself. And, I mean, is this even comparable? I mean, let's be honest. Like, it's the... Like, he
this
said...
isn't-
Like, first off, he shows up with a boy, and he's like, train him. And they're like, he's too old, it doesn't go according to the things. No. Then he's back, he dies, and he's back, and he says, "This is a dying wish for me to train him." And like Yoda has like, I mean, not to be not sympathetic towards Qui-Gon's dying wish would be really asshole behavior.
Yeah, like even for the Jedi Council, that would be uncharacteristic.
Like it's like I said, not only is it his dying wish, but it's also Obi-Wan is going to do it and possibly, ruin his... Because, Obi-Wan could possibly ruin his training as a Jedi because he wasn't done yet, by taking in Anakin. So they just go like, okay, we don't want to see, you mess up things for yourself. We'll just take it and we'll just do it. But we're going to do it our way, which is why everything else happens.
Hey, don't you remember, Chris? Don't you remember? People can't change their mind.
Oh yeah, you're right.
It's called,
I mean-
it's called Phantom Menacing.
I mean, fucking hell, Chris Stuckmann still thinks the movie's bad. So there you go.
what changed? It's just kind of
He died.
Okay, let's just
this-
continue because it's not working.
It
Nothing
just shows.
changed.
It just
Shut up.
shows. it just shows a picture of them at his funeral. What changed?
What changed?
I
It's
wanna-
stupid that Obi-Wan is forced to train Anakin.
He's not chooses it specifically.
Yeah, he was forced.
Also, by the way, just something I want to say. Okay, if somebody's dying wish is for you to do something, and you feel like you're forced to do it, you're an asshole. All right, you're an asshole.
Yeah.
Like seriously, unless it's literally like, oh, go bomb the school with children, you know, like it's, you know, like I don't see why that's not, you know, acceptable to be, you know. I mean, it's not even forcing. It's literally just like, please do this, you know, I'm dying, blah blah blah.
Boy, can you do this? Like, this is all I want.
Yeah, exactly. Like, this is just, oh my god.
In all honesty, Qui-Gon Jinn shouldn't have even been in this movie.
Qui-Gon Jinn shouldn't even have been in this film.
Because Obi-Wan should have been the focus.
Yeah,
I think
he
we
should
could be.
have.
That's my least favorite Plinkett point.
Yeah, this
Honestly,
is just
I
Plinkett.
would have preferred if Obi-Wan got some more screen time, but Qui-Gon is essential to the trilogy, so I don't want. I don't want
think
that.
Obi-Wan got the most amount of screen time.
Obi-Wan
Different.
Obi-Wan gets less screen time in this one because it's appropriate. You see, when you watch this movie series for the first time and you watch episode 1 first, Obi-Wan is just some dude in the background who doesn't really matter nearly as much as his leader, and he's a little he's a little funny, but then
forcing it the way Lucas didn't want it first.
Exactly. I agree.
yeah.
I agree. I
Yeah, but-
just would have preferred it that way.
yeah, but the thing is that like Obi-Wan in the first movie, is, you know, he's sort of just, you know, that guy. Like, we don't really know his purpose. He's just, you know, like, at least purpose in the sense of, like, to the story. You know, he just seems to be Qui-Gon's partner. But not only is he the one to kill,
Maul, but he's the one that's to train Anakin.
Maul, but he's also the one to train Anakin. So he gets his massive role that gives,
That's
you know,
funny.
lifts him up. And then in the second movie, he's a fully realized character, and, you know, he's out and about. Like, it's just kind of like subtle. Like, obviously, watching it backwards is a little weird, but like, you know, seeing, like, it works and it fits together very well. Like, it's like characters are given screen time according to their performance, not their, you know, how much we like them or whatever. I mean, their importance.
I think it would be a great idea if George Lucas just made like a fully CGI special. Like, nothing is practical because like de-aging all the characters. Like, because then we would have seen.
I mean, I don't know if that would be a good idea. In fact, I'm pretty sure George wouldn't want that because he still used a lot of practical effects. Don't forget that. Like, these people say it was all about CGI. Like, of course he was pioneering new technology, but it's not like he didn't want to use these other ones. They were just less practical.
It should have just been
Another
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
curfew.
He finds Anakin because they're supposed to be friends. Nothing in the Phantom Menace is, hey, Obi-Wan and Anakin. It's just like, hey, you're a kid.
Yeah, that's the whole point. That's what I was just talking
Well,
about.
Tom, that's the point.
Well, seriously, you know, like, that's what I was just talking about. They don't have much of a relationship that is created around, you know, the next 10 years, and we see it in episode, you know, 2 and 3. Like, it's, God, why?
Next Stuckmann time is.
Yeah.
Kid, and I'm on a ship complaining about the weather and blah blah blah, and that's it. The guy-
That would.
You mean just
It's normal, like, like complaining about the weather shows that he grew up on.
yeah, he grew up on a shitty desert planet, and oh my god, I hate this shit.
Also shows that he hasn't been anywhere. You know, this is characterization. But that's gay.
Oh, freaking hell! This is so stupid. His ugly face just makes it so much worse.
Now, guys, completely honest talk here. The Phantom Menace is not Battlefield Earth bad. It's not Troll 2 bad.
Shut up.
It's just
Shut
a
up.
vastly disappointing movie.
Troll
Stick that tiny thing you call a head up your butt.
Troll 2.
That's considered one of the worst movies of all time.
You're bringing up Troll 2 when talking about how it's not the worst thing in the world. I think you should be referencing Transformers. Actually, no, that's also insulting.
I think the Last Airbender 3D.
Oh, he should be referencing The Shark Exorcist.
No, you don't get it. He should be referencing movies that are bad but not, horrible. Like, he shouldn't be saying, oh, it's not actually as bad as The Room or Troll. Like, that is insanely insulting. Jesus Christ. What the fuck? I love, by the way, how people had to, explain why those movies are bad. And he doesn't explain anything about this one, and then somehow just put it in the same category for, a few seconds.
Movie. And when I say that, I mean that it really, really is a disappointing movie. If you like,
you really haven't said that many positive things about the movie, except
to you,
Laser
only
Fight.
To you, not to me, but to you.
I didn't expect it. You know what? I expected it to just be boring political meetings, and I was wowed when I watched it.
Yeah, I gotta say, I was really sad when they weren't running all the time.
Yeah. I mean, when they stopped running, I honestly couldn't watch the movie.
Yeah, I hate that.
Can you just tell Anomaly Inc. that whenever someone says something's boring, we just call it a criticism?
Yeah.
Honestly,
this is why
you see, when the Emperor played football against Luke in Return of the Jedi, that was my favorite moment. And that was my favorite moment, so I was really disappointed that we didn't get
No, my favorite moment is when Count Dooku played soccer with Obi-Wan Yoda.
I especially love the scene where they made 81-year-old Christopher Lee, sprint through the hallway. But yeah, this is why Jar Jar sucks, because you see Qui-Gon running, and then Jar Jar jumps.
Jar Jar doesn't run. He doesn't run.
Yeah, he stands still like an asshole, and he attaches himself to Qui-Gon and it makes him fall.
Prevents him from running.
Yeah. He prevents him from running, and then the next scene they're walking, and he's been infected by the walking, and then Obi-Wan is running, and then Qui-Gon, still Jar Jar's fault, and Alright, I'm done with this video. Let's get to the end.
If you like it, that's fine. But I just don't understand that. But
because you don't pay attention and you don't care to pay attention.
Yeah, so this is such an inconsequential review because just assume everything else he doesn't talk about.
When you actually do slow it down, you hover your hand over the pause button every once in a while. You do realize how empty this review is. And how empty all his reviews are.
So, I mean, this review, he can't convince anyone that any movie he reviews is bad or good, because you can just assume that the other scenes are not.
He's just making this video soulless. It's just another prequel bash video, and it gets a lot of views because, fun, yay, cool, smart man.
Just funny ginger.
That's me.
Yeah,
if you like it, that's cool, man. You're allowed.
Okay.
You're allowed to like good movies.
All right. I feel like he's directly talking to me. All right, Chris. Okay.
No, the funny thing about you is that you take things so personally, and that's.
No, but just I need to say this to him. Okay. But then at least let me enjoy it without making it sound like it's on the same level as the fucking Room. Okay? Okay? Just he's just like, oh, if you like it, that's cool, man. But it's like,
the irony is he likes something as bad as The Room. Likes two things as bad as The Room.
Oh yeah, The Last Jedi.
And The Force Awakens.
Seriously, it's like some guy at your school. He's like, everybody who does this is a loser, You shouldn't hang out with him. Then when you get to him, it's like, my father does that. it's like a family generation thing. And he's like, oh, if that's your thing, that's cool, man. It's like his hordes of friends are behind him, just like looking at you disapprovingly. Like, you know, it's like it.
Let's just finish this.
I don't want to call
Yeah,
him.
let's get through them.
I know,
like-
I know. It just feels so disingenuous.
I just don't understand that. But that's me. If you like it, that's cool, man. You're allowed. You're allowed to like the Phantom Menace. I just don't. Personally.
Man, like,
I'm gonna give
don't
Star
call
Wars
us-
episode.
Don't call it.
Don't do the Oscar rating.
Don't insult this movie and expect us to be hunky dory. That you say it's cool that you like this movie because you know
No,
like
this-
I'm just gonna say your mom. I'm just gonna call people. I'm just gonna say your mama fat and ugly, but if you like her, that's fine.
That's just it. Yeah. But like that's
Yeah.
that's what confused Matthew did. It's like, if you like these movies, that's fine. After he like utterly just shat all over them. At least try and tell and like show me that the movie is okay. All right. Like
Hey.
if you do this where you're like, oh, if you like it, that's cool. Then like do that and bring up a few good things about it for once, instead of just this fucking bullshit.
A nostalgia
One,
critic
the
is
Phantom
better.
Menace, a C-.
Wow, that's a lot more generous than I was expecting.
Yeah,
But still stupid.
He gave the Phantom Menace, The Rise of Skywalker, and Attack of the Clones the same rating.
why the fuck?
He only gave Rise of Skywalker as a C-, but he gave Last Jedi an A-.
That's because
What the hell?
Airborne. It makes sense because The Rise of Skywalker backpedals The Last Jedi is garbage, and they like that for some reason.
So why do you like The Last Jedi? It utterly shit
broke
all
new
over the Force
ground.
Awakens.
I'm not interested in streaming that podcast. Like that point, we'll just be here for 8 hours.
Well, I'm done here.
Yeah, I'm done here too. Let's hear this afterward and then leave.
Now, after that review, you may have been thinking, wow, he's going to give it an F or something, but I'm being realistic. You can sit down and watch this movie, and it has some entertaining scenes. It's a very below average movie, and that is not
actually does
good,
that.
because every other Star Wars film previous was as close to perfect as I wanted it to be. So the fact that
I
this movie-
wanted it to be.
All right, see that I feel like we could just quit now. So yeah. Anyway,
Can we watch this video?
no.
So I'm watching. I'm
So
done.
Chris, you didn't care to pay attention. You just copied other people. You had a chance. You had a chance to actually evaluate it and actually think about it. And fuck off. And instead, you had a chance to wait. Am I now talking over this?
No, like you.
I hate you now.
I assume you told me to do that.
I said no.
You,
I said no. You just killed.
Shut it down, baby. Team head.
No.
See you, everybody.
Nice job murdering the end of the stream. Good job, idiot. All right.
Bunch of social
Fine,
media
idiot.
rejects.
Oh, fucking hell. Okay, well, Chris, you're a dumbass. I'm out.
I'm Logan's kid, bro, with the Disney Channel flow. By that I mean my raps can suck, that's obvious though. I made a song so goddamn bad, it's Friday said this. It makes all Jacob's music sound like Grammy winning hits. Yeah, we're like a semen stew, can't get whiter than us, dude.